Grand rising, and greetings to all. This is your brother Chief Kalinago. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing good. As usual, I'm sending lots of love and positive energy to each and every one of you. I hope you're having an amazing rising. Anyway, just wanted to share a little bit of what's on the menu, which you guys I want to give thanks and acknowledge my righteous ancestors. I know the bloodline that I come from, the spiritual lineage that I come from is a powerful, positive one. You know what I'm saying? One that's of righteousness, one that's upright. So that's what I'm here for. That's my purpose to uplift, fallen humanity. All right. So with that being said, let me show you what's on the menu. I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in years. I'm talking about years and years and years. However, I still ate fish, but I stopped eating fish. I always let you know that I'm very much in tune with my higher self, my higher righteous self, that is, and I'm very obedient, and so therefore, I was told, to stop eating fish. Now, everybody's journey is different. That's just my journey. I'm not here to convince you of anything, but I'm just here to share information with you, to help you elevate. And everybody's path, like I said again, is different. So do things at your own pace. I'm a man of strong will. What that means is I could literally go from one extreme to the next. Like take for instance, I enjoyed eating fish, especially what you call um you know the fried porgy, the way Jamaicans do it, the snapper. I love all of that, man. Trust me, I couldn't do without fish. But again, I was told to stop eating fish, and literally the next day I just made the decision, I'm going to stop eating fish. You see? And I stopped. The point is, we have the power, the mental fortitude to just literally go from one dimension to the next, one reality to the next. We could make a mental paradigm shift just by speaking it. You know what I'm saying? And if you know that you are truly God, a God, then your words have power. So you don't have to convince yourself. You see what I'm saying? The moment you have to start convincing yourself and go through the process of convincing yourself, going through all the emotions, then you are still growing. And that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that, where you are at in your path. But when you have gotten there, or when you get to a certain level of ascension of growth, then you're able to make these decisions at will and don't divert or revert or go back. You feel me? So those are this is the food that I eat, right? I grew up eating these foods in the island, and when I hear people talking about organic, and listen, man, I grew up eating that. That's nothing. You feel me? That is natural. That was in our backyard, and I didn't pay for it. It's unfortunate that we have to be in the States, what they call the United States, and we have to buy food, but we're not supposed to be buying food. But it is what it is. Like I said, I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason. So I have to compromise on certain things. Yes, I can be in the islands, not buying food and living off the land. I could do that. But my ancestors have a purpose and a mission for me here in the United States, and it's being fulfilled. All right. So I'm going to go through a list of some of the things that I have. There's some of the things that I eat. I'm going to cook, believe it or not, I'm going to make a soup with all of this. And you can make a soup. The only difference is the soup ain't got no meat. All right. So let me tell you some of the things that I have. I have bak chow right here. Okay. So I have that. I have celery sticks. Okay. I have the onions. Sometimes I use the white ones, but I prefer the purple ones or the red ones, right? But sometimes I mix it up. It depends. I have snow peas. I have pumpkin. Oh my goodness, I love pumpkin. All right, I really do. And one of my dear beloved sisters, one of my spiritual guides, you know, um, she and her mom, they make an amazing pumpkin juice. Okay, I'm telling you, it's amazing. And this right here is sweet potatoes. This is yellow yam. Okay, you see how rich that is. This right here is the purple or the purple cabbage. Now I use the white one sometimes, but I use the purple ones most of the times. This is Edo. What I try to do is I make an attempt to eat foods that match the color of the chakras. So as you see purple, the purple, the yellow, the red onions and stuff like that. So I don't eat a lot of red, meaning that, a whole lot of it, but I do eat enough to raise the vibrations of the lower chakra because the lower chakra is red. So I do eat, a significant amount of, red foods. All right. Then we have yellow. We have, it's kind of tough to find blue food, or but the green is the chakra, the heart chakra. So I have this is cilantro. All these things are good. I have rosemary and I love okra. So I'm giving the okra for kind of like the thickness in the soup, that kind of like gooey, feel, but it's good. I like it. And that's pretty much it. So that's what I'm gonna be cooking today for the soup. And here's what I do, right? All of this right here, that alone cost me about $44. So technically it's about $50 that I spent, right? But here's the kicker though. All of this is gonna last me until Friday. So I cook a big pot of soup. I have a big pot. I cook a big pot of soup, all right? And then I put it in, I freeze it, and then of course I don't use a microwave, but then I heat it on the stove, and then I use that for the rest of the week. So literally for the entire week, it's costing me $50 to eat just in food, all right? Which is good. And I'm eating wealthy. When I say wealthy, I'm talking about it's the food is non-GMO. Okay, the food is organic, so that's good, right? Remember, you are what you eat. Literally, you are what you eat. When we eat animal flesh, we eat the characteristics of the animals, and we become that animal. We have to remember these things. All right, I'm not just telling you that. No, I'm giving you facts. You are what you eat. Bottom line. Okay. Now, of course, I have a little bit of fruits. I had some bananas earlier, but I got me some golden pears. Okay, I got two of them, two golden pears right here. Okay, they taste great. They are amazing. Of course, I'll have that as snacks. All right, those are snacks. I have watermelon, and of course, you see, I always get the one with the seeds, the ones that are rich in black seeds. That's what I get for the watermelon. And as another healthy snack, what I do is I have that probably with some whole wheat crackers once in a while. I will have let me just open it up for you to see. I have some avocado. I make sure the gentleman cut it so I could see that it's good and it's not spoiled. All right. So I do that as a healthy snack. Now, when I was in the islands, we have something that we call farine or farine. Okay, we would take the farine and we would kind of like put it together with, the avocado, and we would make a healthy, beautiful snack. All right. But of course, I can't get farine up in the United States unless I get it from the islands. Okay. So my brothers and sisters, just want to share that little bit of information with you. Remember, okay, you have the power, you have the mental fortitude to literally just change your reality. Okay. It is really that simple. You could change your circumstances, you could change your life. You have to ask yourself this question. What motivates someone to rise in the AM, or somebody to moan or wake in the AM? You see, some people wake and some people rise. The reason why I'm using those different terminologies is because me personally, as a man, I rise because the sun rises. But there are people who are actually dead, so they have to wake because they go to sleep. I don't go to sleep. I go to rest, just like how the sun goes to rest. So I tell people happy sun rest opposed to good night. I say happy sun rest. I say good evening. All right, but for the most part, when the sun goes down, I said happy sun rest. In other words, enjoy, have a blissful sun rest. And then the sun rises, so I rise with the sun. So I say grand rising. For people who are dead, they say good morning because they are mourning because they went to sleep, they died, and now they are going to awake. So they say good morning. So remember, your words have power. So the question remains: what gives someone the determination to say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to eat meat. What gives you that power? Where does it come from? It comes from your mind. Literally, again, you could just trigger your mind to say, I'm not going to do this. Okay, what's the difference between me and somebody that rise in the AM and I don't eat meat, I don't eat eggs, I don't do none of that, right? I have some fruits. Okay. What's the difference between me and somebody who rises in the AM and just get out of bed and don't do anything? Once I rise, I do a workout. Okay. When I see all these foods, these don't get me wrong. When I see all these different foods with meats and all these, man, listen, trust me, it look good. I'm not gonna lie, but that is the enemy that's in the back of your mind tempting you. That is Satan. And once again, Satan, all Satan means is adversary. Don't get it twisted. Satan is not a man in hell with a pitchfork. And no, Satan is within your mind. The adversary is in your mind. But you have to have enough control to say, get thou behind me, Satan, to overcome the temptations. You feel me? Whatever the vice is, whether it's smoking weed is a vice. Okay, smoking weed is a vice. I don't care what anybody tell me. Y'all could get into y'all emotions if y'all want. You are literally smoking the God out of you. Okay, the righteous God out of you. Put it that way. You feel me? Drinking is a vice. All these different things are vices that we are literally putting into our system. Oh well, our ancestors used to smoke. Now they didn't used to smoke for recreation like that. Nah, it was for ceremonial purposes. You cannot abuse your body by smoking out yourself, talking about, oh, well, our ancestor, nah, and every minute you got weed puffing. Nah, man, trust me, no, that is a vice. You feel me? And it's killing you. Now, do what you want. If the information is up to you, I'm just here to give you the facts. So the point I'm making is you have the power, we have the power to adjust and change our reality based on the decisions that we make. Because where we're at today is literally because of something that you did yesterday. And yesterday, the past, of course, becomes your present, and your present becomes your future. But what's truly in control is the present, because everything that you do in the present is what matters, because your present becomes your past, and your present becomes your future. So your present is the gift. So all I'm saying is, why not use the gift to make better decisions? Why not make the gift to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to, in fact, not that I'm going to, because when you say I'm going to, you're putting it off. So make a statement in the present. I am eating. I am. You see, I am is literally the most powerful affirmation, because anything you say after I am becomes your reality. So don't say I'm going to start doing that. No, say I am doing it. And you have to trigger your mind and have your conscious mind program that into your subconscious mind. So whenever you feel like doing the things that are not healthy for your body, then you're going to, you literally, your inner self is going to reject it. Because now you start making those affirmations that I am eating healthy. You feel me? And that's how you have to start changing or making the mental paradigm shift in terms of going from whether it's smoking, drinking, having all type of casual sex, you know what I'm saying? Like all these things, trust me, they are mental disease. All right. People ask me, well, Chief, for those who know, well, Chief, how do you go? Literally, you're going over 4.5 years now without having sexual physical intercourse, because it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to lay down with anybody. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these females are here. And don't take it wrong. Sisters, I want you to do the same. Protect your energy. You feel me? So I'm not knocking sisters. This is not an attack on you. But for me personally, as a man, I'm not going to lay down with any woman that's not vibrating on a certain frequency. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? And nah, I can't do that. And I'm very good with energy. So to avoid all of that and the complications, I would just rather just stay by myself and do what I have to do. When the time is right, the right woman or women come along that I have to engage with, when it comes to a physical, sexual intercourse relationship, then that will happen. But that's the furthest thing away from my mind right now. Honestly, it is. So I'm saying all that to say is you are the one that's in control. You are, nobody else. You feel me? Yes, of course, they will give us the temptations. They'll put it in your face. All these things, they will give it to you. Now you have two choices. You could feed your lower chakras with the food that's killing you. Like all the fast foods, they are killing you. And if you go look, and I've done videos on that, I've shown it to you. Go look at all the signs for all the fast food places. The majority of them are literally red. Okay, their emblems, their symbols are red or a kind of reddish yellow. Why? Because they are catering to your lower chakra. And there's nothing wrong in catering to your lower chakra. It depends on what food you're feeding your lower chakra so you could raise that vibration of that lower chakra. You feel me? Like take for instance, The lowest chakra, your root chakra, the color is red. Now you could go ahead and eat the fast foods and become the demon they want to transform you into, or you could eat watermelons and raise the lower vibration of that lower chakra, which is red food, to turn you, to build you into a god. You see what I'm saying? So is nothing wrong in eating red foods. It depends on what red food that you are eating. Okay. And once again, I'm not here to knock anybody. I'm here to uplift you. I'm here to build you. Now, some people may think, well, oh man, eating all of this is, it's more expensive. No, it's not. No, it's not. This is, like I said, $50 for the week. Okay. Now, don't you think it's going to cost more to eat a whole lot more unhealthy? Yes, it is. And let's not talk about the health ramifications of eating bad. Okay, it's going to cost you more. So even if it were to cost me a little more to eat, then the question is, in the long run, is it going to benefit me more? You see, this is my health insurance. I'm not saying that nothing could happen to me. I'm not saying that. Of course, things could happen, right? But for the most part, I'm taking the preventive measures by eating wealthy. And that's what I mean. So therefore, you could do the same thing. You have to start teaching your children to do the same thing. Okay? Because they are killing people with these foods that they're giving them. They're killing them physically, they're killing them mentally, they're killing them emotionally and spiritually. That's what they are doing. Because these foods got people wilding out. Okay? So, anyway, I'm done preaching. All right. So I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare this and make this happen. You'll be surprised that every cycle of a man or a woman was 1,000 years. Okay, our people or people in general lived for 1,000 years because the contract we made or the covenant we made with ourselves was we would come to this physical realm and we would enjoy, or we would experience this 3D realm for 1,000 years. Okay, that's why when you read ancient texts or whatever, or text, whatever the case is, you will hear that these people lived to be 190, 900 and change. But we literally made a covenant with ourselves to manifest in the flesh, and then that lifespan per manifestation would be 1,000 years. And then, of course, once we lay down to rest, then we could come back for another 1,000 years. Okay, but because we fell, of course, that had to happen. Because we had to fall, then each of the gods, or each of the the gods, if I may, each one of them took away a certain amount of years, and then another certain amount of years, until it came down to about where man was supposed to live to 120. But literally, the contract was, again, the covenant was to experience life 1,000 years on the face of this earth. All right. So what's happening now? Like I teach in my videos, the cycle, the prophecy was complete. So therefore, we are reversing the cycle where we are going to live longer. We are going to live longer. All right. How do you do that? You do that with what you eat. If you go back once again to Genesis chapter 1, the allegorical Bible, you'll realize that the people ate nothing but fruits or foods with seeds, food from the earth. Okay. But that had to change in Genesis chapter 2, because man had to become a little more animalistic. So the God in Genesis chapter 2 told them that it's okay to eat meat, eat flesh, be cannibals. All right. But the gods in Genesis chapter 1, all right, they did not eat any flesh. So how do you reverse the process of getting back or stepping back into the one of the gods of Genesis chapter 1? You have to. Now, you don't have to, as in me telling you have to do what you want with your life. No, I'm just saying the only way to get it done is to stop eating flesh. Okay? Because the plant spirit, or the plant soul, is different from the animal soul. Okay? It is the same thing, but they have different characteristics. Okay? So the plant soul it was put in place so that the man's soul They could work together in conjunction. They could have what's called a symbiotic relationship, or there's some type of coherence between them. All right. That's why when we breathe out carbon dioxide, the plants take it in and then they give us oxygen. You feel me? That's why we're not supposed to be eating animals, animal flesh, what of any sort, any kind. Okay? So that's what makes people cannibals that eat flesh. You dig? All right. So I hope this video was a little bit enlightening for some of you. By no means it's to make you feel guilty of anything. However, the purpose of the video is to leave an impression on you, or to make some form of impact that you could make the change. You can make the change if you so choose. It is not as difficult as you think it is. It's all mental. It's mind over matter. Truly, when people tell you, oh, it's mind over matter, trust me, it is. You just got to say the word. And guess what? As a God, your word is bond. Remember back in the day, we used to say, oh, my word is bond. Nowadays, people don't say that no more because they are no longer gods. They are dogs. You feel me? Because why do you think, just look at the transition. Back in the day, right? The OGs used to say, hey, what up, God? That's what we used to call each other, right? And then it went from God to G. What up, G? Still insinuating that you are God. And all of a sudden, the God had to be flipped upside down and called a dog, right? Now, a dog cannot sleep with a goddess. A dog got to sleep with a female dog. What's a female dog called? A bitch. You see what I'm saying? So you have sisters out here calling themselves female dogs because they have lost their goddess status. You have men out here calling themselves dogs because they have lost their god status. You dig? Because remember, we had to fall. The American Aborigines had to be the last one to fall because we were the first. Okay? And go look at our music. We are the only ones in the world that's calling our women bitches and hoes. So it's time to reverse that because the time is nigh. We are stepping into the golden age. And you will see the transition. The music is going to change, yes. Okay? Because the music, the beat of the music, the rhythm, okay, it deals with the heart. So all that's going to change. Slowly but surely, you will see more people stepping up and talking and calling other artists out because it is time for the purge to take place. And it's either you're going to purge yourself or be purged out. It's two different things. To be purged out means that, listen, you are not going to experience the age of Capricorn, that heaven on earth. You are not going to. So don't think you could just be out here doing what the hell you want and thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to ask for forgiveness and it's all going to be all good. No, man. No, there's an order. And you could be stuck literally in your existence as a soul being and never manifest in the flesh again because the gods are not going to allow it. You feel me? So be careful of your actions, man. Be careful of the things you do, man. Be careful of the things that you're putting out there. All that hatred, that jealousy, the envy, the animosity, all that comes from the dead food that people are eating. Because it makes you, literally, it makes you the adversary of the higher self. If you love yourself, you're going to treat yourself right. And when you, anything that you do, anything right, it means that you're righteous. It is really that simple. It's about the righteous and the unrighteous. There is no left or right about it. It's either or. The universe is literally black or white. There's no in between. It's either you're good or you are evil. And only you know that based on your actions. Okay? Based on your actions. Don't you think when I'm here sometimes I don't crave, some unhealthy snacks? I do. I really do. And I just have to get that out of my head. And sometimes the craving is really, really strong. So what I do is I go get something that's equivalent to, but it's healthy. Like take, for instance, if I want some sweets, okay, once in a while I get that craving and the corner store is right downstairs. I have to run right downstairs and get it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So what I do, I take a 15-minute walk and I go to a healthy store and I get some pitted dates. You dig? Now, why didn't I just go downstairs? Literally a 60-second walk right downstairs the building. There's a corner store to get some sweets, opposed to walking 15 minutes to get some organic dates. You know why? Discipline. That's what it's called. Discipline. You feel me? You have to awaken your disciples, and your disciples brings discipline. And I've done a video on all that and broke it down to you what it all means. Our duty is to step back into being righteous gods. Okay? That is the goal. And you cannot do that by eating anything. Now you can't. Because again, you are what you eat. All right? So, enjoy the rest of your 24th. I love you, man. And that's why I do what I do. I'm behind the scenes working, making moves, all right, on our behalf as indigenous man and woman. I'm making a lot of progress. And of course, I will bring that information when all is said and done. A lot of times you have to move in silent, and you can't just put everything out there, because there are a lot of people that don't want to see you make it for whatever reason. Jealousy, envy, they just don't want it to happen. They say one thing with their mouth, but their heart says something different. So certain things I just have to do behind the scenes, and once it manifests, once it comes into fruition, then I'll let y'all know about it. But I definitely wanted to come share this little bit of information with you. You don't have, if you, like I said, for some people it's going to be a little more challenging, and that's okay. The bottom line is start. That's all you have to do, is start. Okay? And you could do a 50-50. All right? You know what? I know I'm not eating the best, but I'm going to do a 50-50. All right? You know, some days, I will do what I got to do. Now, if you could go cold turkey, great. Go straight into healthy eating. Beautiful. More power to you. But if you feel it's a challenge, all right, do a 50-50. And then you do a 75-25. Then you do a 80-20. Then you do a 90-10. And then all of a sudden, you just find yourself that all the unhealthy foods, you just don't have a taste for it anymore. Okay, you are not attracted to it anymore. Even thinking about it is going to get you sick. And your body will react to it. Your body will let you know. All right? So listen to your higher righteous self on these things, and step into your Christ body, into your Christ mind. All right? I love y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of your 24. We'll talk soon. All right? One. Or just let me see who I could see on here. I'm Crypto Yo. He says, how do you gain weight eating this? I never had a problem with gaining weight. I don't know if it's genetic, but never had a problem though. Okay, because those are carbs, right? The yellow yam, the potatoes, the pumpkin, but they're just the healthier carbs. So I really don't have a problem gaining weight. You feel me? Because the body produces its own protein, believe it or not. And plants have protein as well. You see, most people are under the illusion, and it is an illusion, that you need animal flesh, okay, to get protein. But then it begs the question, where do the animals get their proteins from? So if the animals get their proteins from plants, why don't you go straight to the source, opposed to eating recycled protein, which is the meat? Meat is just recycled protein, because the animals depend on the plants to get their protein. So I'm skipping the middleman, which is the animal, and I'm going straight to the plant. So plant-based foods have protein in them. All right? And protein don't really build muscles, as people, again, want you to think. The body is amazing. All right? Trust me. The body is it's amazing. So you can build muscle by eating and not eating all those meats. You can do that. That's true. All right? So I hope that answers your question. All right? We have Fayosh Thoth L. All right? One Love, much respect. We have Diane Kyle, Zazie, big up yourself. We have Shamika. All right? One Love, big up. We have Pete Lloyd, what it is, Indigenous Bushman, greetings. And we have Supreme Health and Wealth. Now, I can't see who's on Facebook, but whoever is on Facebook, I can't see everybody on Facebook, but whoever is on Facebook, I'm sending much love and positive energy to you as well. All right? So we'll talk soon. And like I said, enjoy the rest of your 24. And I'm sending much love and positive energy. This is your brother, Chief Kalinago. Take care.